First group stays out. First group. How you doing? Start taking a lap away.
Let's see if we can get some air.
Someone should go down there and ask Wally if number 3 is here, if he can't put someone in that race car.
Okay, here we go. Our first TQE race is Mealy and Hedge front row, Kruger and Moody second row, Arndt and McCormick third row, and Hart and Brady in the fourth row. McCormick, Kruger, and Hart. Bob Mealy holding on to the lead. Moody now slacked off a little bit and backed up behind him again. He's going to try the outside. McCormick now on the move. McCormick to the inside of Hedge, and it's Rich McCormick moving into third. It's the 12 car, Mealy with the lead, followed by Randy Moody, Richard McCormick, Chris Paul Kruger leaves the racetrack. We got McCormick now underneath Moody, and McCormick moving into second. Moody up against the wall. McCormick down the low side. Down the back straightaway. We got a four cars all in a row. Here comes McCormick. It's McCormick feeling Moody and hard. Whoa! I'm telling you. Say, Mark, baby, that thing's done. It kind of looks good if they were taking movies, but don't count. We have Guy Barber and Kenny White on the front row. West Evans, Darren Smith, second row. Amy Wilson and J.J. Erksey are reigning champion in the third row. Shane Scully and Linda Taylor in the fourth row. After the races, don't forget to stop by the pits and visit with Kenny White, a number 37 TQ driver who's racing to beat muscular dystrophy. Yes, stop by and meet Kenny and pick up your free water bottles, mini Frisbees, and the 37 Kenny White pops while they last. And it's Kenny White jumping out to the lead. Seabass and Guy Barber in from the back. In the Vesco Suzuki, it's Scully. Scully down in third place. All this in a lap. We've got Kenny White, Darren Seamus, Shane Scully, J.J. Erksey, and Guy Barber. Scully now to the inside of Seamus. Erksey trying to get by Seamus for third. Our leader is Kenny White in the 37 car. Followed by Shane Scully, J.J. Erksey. Here we go. It's White trying to hold off Scully. Scully to the inside. Whoa! The Vesco Suzuki making some horsepower. It's Scully. Whoa! Bye-bye, Shane. And we've got West Evans spinning out. That'll nullify the pass, I'm pretty sure. Yellow flag out. The 36 car West Evans sitting over there in turns 1 and 2. What about that drive Shane Scully has made? Whoa! Here we go. We have Scully, White, Erksey, Seamus, and Barber. White flag, 1 lap remaining. Battle now is for second place between Kenny White and Erksey. Coming out before, it's Scully. Kenny White taking second, J.J. Erksey and Darren Seabass. Then it's Guy Barber, West Evans, and Linda Taylor. Final TQ heat race, Troy Barkley and Robert Welcomer front row. Steve Conrad and Steve Alexander second row. Chris Wakeham and our points leader Rick Atkins third row. Scott Hansen and Eric Edom in the fourth row. We're green. from the outside, but look at Alexander! It's Alexander, welcomer! Rick Atkins and Chris Wacom. We have the 5 car, Steve Alexander in the lead. Rick Atkins second. Welcomer, Wacom, and Hansen. It's now Atkins. Atkins to the inside. Rick Atkins moving into the lead. Steve Alexander back to second. Chris Wacom third. Scott Hansen fourth, and Robert Welcomer fifth. Going to the infield to be the 61 car of Troy Barkley. Our first midget heat race. Here we go. Well, we switched the lineup on us a little bit. I wonder if they're going to do that again. It's like I'm so confused. It appears that it's going to be Brousseau and Sarna front row. Second row is Pancratz and Kofer. Third row, Leffler and Clapp. Fourth row, we have Henry Ito, George's brother, and Randy Pancratz, Wally's daughter. So we have father and daughter in the same race. Tough break for James Clapp. Kind of gets tangled up there. Some midgets coming off a 2. Pushed him against the wall and tips her over a little bit. USAC officials here tonight. Western State's director and coordinator Tommy Hunt. We have race director Bob Poole, pit steward Walt Johnson, score and timer, and basically the statistician. He's out of his car. Yeah, there we go. Jim Clapp. Dick Hyman, registrar Pat Johnson, starter down there Brian Howard, pit steward Dave Peterson. And we have assistant starter down there Tony Roberts. And on the track tonight, good to have him back, Jerry Guevara. We have a few minutes here. I got Dan Fleischer here from the WRA. Dan, how you doing tonight?
Fine, Jim. It's good to be here visiting. Wanted to remind the fans that on October 22nd, the Western Racing Association will return for its annual visit here to Ventura. And we plan on having about 20 to 25 cars. And as a matter of fact, I brought one for display this evening, which is down in the concession area. And we hope that the fans will stop by.
It's going to be Wally Pancratz to the outside of the John Sarner. Then we have Jason Leffler. Johnny Kofer, our current points leader. Henry Ito inside third row. Randy Pancratz outside third row, and inside the fourth row, number 42, Jim Brousseau. John Sarna, both of them stalling in 3 and 4 under the Coors Light Silver Bullet sign and the bus sign. Two of our billboard sponsors, the bus 96.7, the rock and roll station here in Ventura County. Channel Islands floor covering, and champion rescue cutters. It's Cooper taking the green. Pancratz second. We got Cooper, Pancratz, and Sarna. Johnny Cooper's going to take the win. Wally Pancratz second, John Sarna, Jim Brousseau, and the leader and Randy Pancratz. Yes, owner of Taylor Oilfield Trucking and Crane Service. Probably the major supporter of Ventura Raceway.
Jimmy was down here in the pits with Sleepy Trip and Sleepy Coleman with no brakes, so they're down here working on this race car, trying to get it ready for the semi with a brake problem.
Here we go! Coming on the dirt, it's Scott Hansen, George Ito. We got Ito and Joe Drake. It's Ito, Drake, Rick Hendricks, Scott Hansen, Ron Hazelton, and Jeff Davis. We got George Ito in the lead. Jay Drake in second. It is Ito Jeff Davidson. We are not going to open it, but it was found underneath the grandstands. And no, Jeff, you cannot claim it. I know. He said, but look it matches my belt and shoes. Remember, if you've lost a purse, check it out, ladies. We got it up here. We got Jeremy Sherman. Jeremy Sherman, Lawson, Bo, and Key. Key on the left side. That's Jeremy Sherman with the lead. J.R. Lawson, Jim Key, and Billy Moore. Sherman looking real good. Kind of lost it coming out of two. That's all boat needed.
They've just come into a great combination this year, and he's really a great guy, and he deserves everything that he's getting.
Well, thanks, Wally. I got to go into semi-main event action. Here we go. Ron Arndt, Amy Wilson, front row. Paul Kruger, West Evans, second row. Steve Conrad, Chris Edge, third row. Robert Welcome and Guy Barber, fourth row. Joe Buckley, Eric Edom, and Christopher Brady and Linda Taylor. Semi-main event. And we got a restart. Racing, this would be a good thing to get into. It's Ron Arndt, Amy Wilson, Paul Kruger, West Evans, Steve Conrad, and Chris Hedge. We have Arndt in the lead, Wilson second. Look at West Evans trying the high side. It's Arndt, Wilson, Kruger, Evans, Conrad, Hedge, and Guy Barber. Look at the order on the 36 car. That's why we do have our fire truck in the infield there with 150 gallons of water on it. Besides our fire extinguishers, which we have all the chemical fire extinguishers you can imagine, and along with our rescue cutter, courtesy of the folks at Champion Rescue Cutters. We got
guys get to make it. But you got to run pavement. I mean, it's where the big money is. It's where the big time is. And anybody that's looking to make it needs to concentrate on pavement.
It's kind of where the boring racing is too sometimes, right?
Well, the big time is boring.
Hey, here we go! Run on! Amy Wilson, Paul Kruger! We got a 3-car battle for 4th place. It's still on. Wilson and Kruger. Ron doing a wonderful job of making that car as wide as possible. And we have a couple cars over there tangled up. If we have anybody with a welder here tonight, a welder in the pits, we need you to TQ number 94. If there is a welder here with his equipment tonight, we need you to TQ number 94. You shouldn't say that.
That's true, though, and those kind of cars are so expensive. That's the reason that it's that way. They just can't afford to hire Tony Stewart or Jimmy Sills or guys like us, because we'll expect money and bend it up too.
I think Sleepy Trip was rated one time of the top 10 drivers that never went to Indianapolis, and you would have probably been right there too. Here we go. We got Ron Art, Amy Wilson. Whoa, Amy now underneath. Whoa! It's Amy Wilson, not Kruger underneath there. We got a checkered flag for Amy Wilson. Paul Kruger, Ron Art. Then we have Steve Conrad, Troy Barkley. Well, I think this is kind of a... Lendage doing some helping, and I guess they're building a new car to go to New Zealand, so that deal's in the works and it's already going. So we'll see the Sleep back out here in another car next year with him having a little more control over it.
And historically, when he's turning all the wrenches, he's one of the reasons he's won so many races is he's an excellent mechanic. He really is sharp.
You know, a lot of people really don't know the real Sleepy Trip. You'd have to spend a lot of time getting to know the guy, because he really is quiet. He doesn't talk a lot about himself, but he is smart. He knows how to do it. He knows how to set those cars up. So we're going to look forward to seeing him next year. That's Jason Leffler. We got Leffler, Chet Davidson, Henry Eno, Jeff Pinkston, Ross Murray, Charlie T, Randy Bancratz, and Ron Hazelton. Whoa. The yellow light's really good to pay attention to. Doesn't that make you nervous, Wally, when the yellow light comes out and a couple guys behind you don't see it?
Oh, yeah, that's the most dangerous time in racing, is a false start when you don't get the green and everybody whistles down there and some guy stops and you go for a ride, or the yellow situation like that. I mean, you really have to have your eyes open to drive these cars, because everything happens so quickly in a little place like this.
To drive a small racetrack and a car like this that acts quick and turns quick, you're actually becoming a better race car driver.
Yeah, like the road race guys, formula guys, if they came and learned to run midgets, they would have much better car control. Then they go to the road race and they learn how to drive the cars that are the premier cars of the day. Some of them missed the bet, where Paige Jones and PJ, they've learned both ways.
They know to get it sideways, ain't so bad. Again, it's Leffler, Jeff Davis, Henry Eno, Ron Hazelton, Jeff Pinkston, and Randy Bancratz. Oh, Eno getting it inside. Oh, Randy. I think Randy kind of hauled on the binders there when she saw Eno and those guys get together. What do you think?
I don't know what to think. That was actually kind of scary looking. She just overreacted and it got over on the left rear, and she's probably lucky it didn't kind of turn over. But so far so good.
I'll tell you, oh boy, I love this. Because I've known Wally for a long, long time. This is great. We're going to make Wally some kind of a color announcer someday. We're going to see his smiley face on TV. We want to do that. Wally, history major, right?
Right. That does you a lot of good. With that and 50 cents, you can get a cup of coffee.
Well, I don't know. Here we go. Okay, Dad, talk about it now. Let's see, tell me about it.
Well, obviously she needs to improve, but
Our concession here at Ventura Raceway is fan clear, but this is the first time you've been to Ventura Raceway. We're looking for the restroom facilities, Jeff. They're located at either end of the fairground, so you find this kind of closely shaven head guy looking for the restrooms. Has a name tag on that says, "Hello, I'm Jeff. Would you please escort her down to the restroom?"
Points leader and our reigning champion in the front row. We have Rick Atkins and J.J. Erskine. Whoa. A couple guys in the second row that won some main events out here. Richard McCormick and Scott Hansen. Hansen in one of those Suzuki cars. This one is built by Dennis Hart. The car to the inside is a Hart-prepared car. Third row inside is the Vesco Suzuki by Scully. There we have Shane Scully. And to the outside, another Hart-prepared car, Dennis Hart prepared, TQ Midget. Honda powered, the 7 car of Mark Hart. Here we go. TQ main event coming on before. We got a green. Down into 1. It's Rick Atkins, JJ Erskine. They are flying. Second, Hansen in third, let's editorialize just a little bit here. Week after week after week, year after year after year, this TQ program, they put on a show that you can't believe. Tonight you saw the kind of racing these guys can do, and gals. They were lapping cars going inside, outside. They never touched. They did a great job. The victor tonight, number 3, Scott Hansen. Second place to the number 1 car, reigning champion, J.J. Irksey. And in third place, the 11 car of Rich McCormick. You just about have to hold your breath through that whole thing, don't you? Whoa. Oh, we got 1 lap here. We're going to get rocking and rolling, huh? 20 cars, 30 laps. This is what it's all about. Wait a second. We just got word that the guy in the 41 car from Arizona, it's the first time last night he ever drove anything with a clutch. Here we go! So upside down, we got Billy Boat stuck into the side of John Sarna. We also got a tire and a rim off here. Spinning out, coming off a 2. Billy Boat, John Sarna, Scott Hansen, and Henry Ito. Gonna try this again. Single file restart. For Henry Ito, that's 2 spins. You don't get to restart. That's the brand new, big, beautiful $5.5 million building, 3,500 square foot of the most modern off-track racing facility in the state of California. Right here at the Ventura County Fairgrounds, Seaside Park, Ventura, California. Agree! Coming off a four, turning Rick Hendricks around immediately. Kind of a tough break. Gito with his brand new Ellis looking really good tonight. Wally Pancratz in the Cosworth powered car. Cosworth people trying to get that motor to make a little bit more horsepower. Doing a great job, and Wally out here showing that it can do a great job. Here we go, watch Johnny Coco. 21X car over there sitting under the Coors Light sign is Wally Pancratz. Pancratz bringing out the yellow flag. sitting under the Lightning Ridge and CarQuest sign. Johnny Coper. Jay Drew. Billy Moore. We're going to run this thing one lap at a time. When you have those nights, you have those nights. Randy Pankratz and Scott Hansen, Leffler, Jim Keene, George Ito, Jeremy Shaver. And here we go. Second one, so we're eliminating them one at a time. Get by Johnny Coper again. Can Billy Bob get up there? Here we go. say, but in the last 5 laps we had 3 different leaders, and I don't think you're going to see any better racing than that. Oh, man alive. Before all the Napa people go, thank you, Napa people, for coming out tonight and enjoying the races. I think this is what racing is all about. My gosh. The engines are off, ladies and gentlemen. He got quick time tonight. He took John Meade's designer pool money. He won his heat race. He was as far back as third, 3 laps from the end. He led most of the way. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for the Esslinger-powered, Esslinger-Edmunds, Johnny Cofer. Second place, he drove from the back to the first, and he never gave up, driving for John Lawson. We got Blue Boat. And finishing third, his teammate, J.R. Lawson. Whoa. It doesn't come any better than this, I want to tell you. Remember, we have the TQ Midgets and the mini sprints and all that at the end of the month. Mark that on your...